one ever got like severely injured. Oh, we got in trouble for tasing each other. Dave was very upset. I can't believe I have to tell you this. You cannot tase each other in the office. We're like, hey, chill out, dude.
Hey, hold on. It is not written anywhere in my defense that we cannot be tasing each other. Now, the intricate permitting process to film on a national park like this.
I cannot believe you got onto this Alcatraz list.
We were very legit. We got looks on the ferry in these costumes.
We got kicked out eventually.
Watch out for that door.
I showed my wife last night and she was like, what does this have to do with shorts?
Like, what
Exactly.
This is when we snuck away from a tour.
Get out of that corner. Get out of that corner, Mace.
Nothing hits harder than remembering that door in the bathroom in the N64 game.
Yep.
But we remember when we arrived on the ferry, we immediately went to the bathrooms on Alcatraz and filmed this whole bathroom scene in the beginning. And a tour, like one of the guys who works there, he was like, "What are you guys doing?" We're like, "Nothing. We're just nothing." And he's like, "Okay," and then he left.
You left the best part out of that because you were wearing a GoPro on your head.
And I was wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah. Mounted to his head, wearing a tuxedo, holding a Nerf gun. And he goes, nothing.
Nothing. And he was like, okay, then.
Checking it out. Yeah.
Love Alcatraz. Yeah. And what's funny about that is, Mason, you pointed out we could have filmed the freaking bathroom scene anywhere.
That's true.
We risked it and filmed it on Alcatraz.
And it was such an important scene. We were like, this is how it's going to open. We got to get you in the bathroom. So at least we get that scene. And then we got caught and then lied about it. And then for some reason he was like, carry on.
And then we went on the tour. So we went on the tour all dressed as maniacs. And then we had a duffel bag with all the Nerf weapons in it and the cameras. And then we let the tour kind of go ahead and we dodged into like a little like area where nobody was. And we got all the Nerf guns out and the cameras. And that's me filmed the mines, the thing with Mason throwing the mines around.
Are great.
I'm surprised they let you bring a duffel bag.
I don't think it would fly anymore.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It was crazy.
We really believed in this video doing well. And then we thought, it'll do really well, and then we're gonna have to take it down. But we'll have kind of made our mark, and it's still up.
Yeah, super illegal.
I remember early on we were trying to kind of find our voice, and this game growing up for me was iconic. Like this was
iconic.
This is such a big game, and like the fact that you guys were able to pull this off in Alcatraz is such a feat.
Can you imagine trying to explain to your kids now, like why the guy can't get out of the corner and why the door is just slamming him over?
Had to time the button with the door. Yeah. And also like running around in that game, you're constantly staring at the floor, the shoes.
So why are they karate chopping? That's not something that happens anymore.
I know, why weren't they punching?
When you were directing it, would you literally be like, hey, run more like you have something stuck up your butt. Don't run like a normal person.
Everyone was good at that. I think everyone knew, the reference and like knew how to run like an N64 character. But as Phil said, we were like sneaking off the tour. We're like, oh, there's an open room. Let's get in there and shoot the scene where Grant shoots Mason while he's like stuck in the corner.
Did you guys enjoy the content that required an element of risk or uncomfortableness to execute?
I know. I was uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable with most of that. I was always overly cautious about this kind of stuff. And I was like, Mason, like, we're going to get in trouble or somebody's going to think I'm stupid. Like, Mason didn't care. Like, he just didn't care.
I did not.
When you're kind of like inching into something, you're like, well, fuck, I guess I'm doing it. Well, those moments are just like, what's happening?
Someone was like, where did the corn dog come from? Like, why a corn dog? And I was like, I don't know, because it's Chubbies. Like, why not a corn dog? I don't know how to answer that question.
Sometimes you just gotta give it all. I remember I told Mason my shoe size for that Kingsford charcoal thing, and he got a full size or too small. And I'm dancing around all day. Both of my toenails turned black and fell off after the shoot. But we got it.
I'm trying to think. No one ever got like severely injured. Right? Oh, we got in trouble for tasing each other. Dave was very upset. Dave was like, I can't believe I have to tell you this. You cannot tase each other in the office. We're like, hey, chill out, dude.
I was like, wait, hold on. It is not written anywhere in my defense that we cannot be tasing each other. There's never, no one's ever said that to me.
I didn't know we had these guardrails.
There was like 2 conversations in 9 years. And it was like, don't throw people off 100-foot cliffs. It was maybe it. That was maybe the only, don't light a fire and don't use a taser. But it took
Oh,
like
man.
I remember
8 years.
the KY jelly slide exercise was so hard because the people in that office were actually working on a really hard deliverable. We were like losing our minds, but we also kind of appreciated it. So it was like I'm mad, but I'm not mad. I'm just mad.
Those were golden years where you'd be like so frustrated. The marketing team's doing something awesome in the corner, and it's so loud.
So loud.
I would come to the office and be like, wait, people like do real work here? And there's like a meeting going on. Meanwhile, Mason and I are dumping orange soda on a dead laptop going over in the corner. I'm like, do we need to clean up all this orange soda we just...
And then having the audacity to go telling the people who are doing real work that they can't make noise because we don't want them talking in the back of our video.
Some of the people who would apply or come visit the office would be like, "Oh, you guys are doing work here." And we're like, "What did you think we were doing?"
I was like, there's
remember that.
adults who work here? I had no idea.